It reminded me of my devotion this morning, 1 Corinthians 3, where Paul is addressing division. I think CJ's comment on, the daily work and, God is near to the lowly hearted. I related exactly what you're saying to the daily work. It can get super frustrating. We've been on kind of high frustration in the last week or so. And, doesn't seem like anybody's listening to you. It doesn't seem like anybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. It doesn't seem like you're getting any results, that elusive term in the world of addressing addiction. Your success rates are dismal, and I just reminded what Paul reminds the people that are quarreling over the fact that some follow Paul, some follow Apollos. He's like, hey, I planted, Apollos watered, God gave the growth, right? So it's not who plants or waters, but God who gives the growth, and I have to remember that all the time, because if you're not seeing growth, right, a lot of times, and I'm not saying it's inappropriate to kind of check yourself. When you're checking yourself, is it that you're counting on yourself? Are you putting confidence in you and your tactics and whatnot, or is the problem you're not really counting in the Lord and trusting in Him, in what it is that you're doing? And that's really a hard line to walk in this type of work. I mean, you get half the time well-meaning people are constantly stroking your own ego, telling you how this ministry would just die if it wasn't for you, and you're such a special person because you do this type of work. And, and it's like, well, I understand what they're saying there, but I mean, I can't let that get into my head. Is the moment I think that addicts won't get help, or sinners, won't get help with their sin here in the high country without Jim Quigley, is when I'm in some pretty good trouble, So in my frustrations, that verse that you did, the Psalms passage, I need to take my frustrations and understand He is there in all of them. And so that was a good reminder to start off the podcast, because, it's a tricky thing being in intense type of ministry like this,
Mm-hmm.
If you get your focus off on who is responsible for the growth, you can get double trouble real quick,
Amen.
So,
Amen.
yeah.
He's working even in the midst of where it looks like there's no growth. It's just not the kind of work we like. We like
Yeah.
to see. We want everybody to do well, but that's not reality. He's the one doing the work, that's for sure. And
Yeah.
and a lot of times he's working even when we don't think he is.
Oh, sure.